Evening. How are we doing? Hello. It's me. I'm here. I forgot the back screen, so we'll just sit here. Hello. Yes, welcome in. It's Monday. Bit of wonky hip hop from the Major, aka Mr. B, just to start off with tonight, and I'm going to transition to some go back to some Thomas Dolby in a bit. So we're here. Yes, hello. Minecraft Monday. Yes, Kit. Hello. Yes, I thought we were swapping days. I am as of next week. It just made no sense to change it up too much. So I thought I would do this because I can't do Thursday anyway. So long story short, so I didn't realize I had you on mute. I can hear you now. Oh, you can hear me. Hello. For once, it's not me on mute; it's you. Right. So what was I saying? So bit of wonky. Mr. B, the Major music, just to start off with tonight. I love this. This is just such a great track. I couldn't be bothered. I'm too lazy. I was just like so rushed to get everything on and get online. I just thought for tonight we'll just ignore it. What was I saying? So yes, so yes, we are changing things up as of next week. But so the reason being that we've got Nips coming up again soon, and I know, for example, this Thursday I can't stream. So that's another week without a book. And I feel that it's the adventure game, the adventure books ones that get hit more often than the Minecraft ones. And I'd rather try to be consistent on the game book ones, hence moving to Monday. That might mean we get less people. I don't know. We'll just try it and see. But hopefully that means I'm more consistent on the game book days, which means that we get a better run at them than we are currently. Because I've noticed that since Christmas, we've not really been. You know, we get maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and then we miss a week, or we get some, and that's just going to continue because if there are, as you and I discussed before, if stuff's happening on, if Ed's stuff's going to take off and that's on a Thursday, we want to do that once every 4 to 6 weeks. Hey Sam, how you doing? Then that's going to be a Thursday evening out the window because we're not going to be able to do that and do this, because of the time. Because I think Ed's thing's going to be like 3 hours. So that's going to take us till back at 10 o'clock. We could maybe jump on, but having already done 3 hours of stuff, do I want to then do another? But then if it's a Minecraft stream, it's not so bad because we can just chunk away and that's fine. Whereas if I have to then go from doing 3 hours of roleplay to then try and do another 2 hours of roleplay, I think it's going to be a tough call. So knowing that there's going to be these breaks coming up over the year with nips and that sort of stuff happening on a Thursday, I thought it might make more sense to push the game books to a Monday where we're more consistent, and then at least the Minecraft ones we can do chunk exactly, and so we can, depending on how we're feeling, we either we chunk for a few weeks and then something happens, so we miss one, and then we're back again chunking again, or we do, but it doesn't matter if it's not so vocal or whatever. So I think that's the best. I think that's the best way forward. So game book day is now moving to Monday, chunking on the Thursday. So just flip the books. We'll just flip them around the other way and see how it goes. What time is Nathan due back, Kit? Let me know. And we'll take it from there. I'm going to start in a minute anyway. Hello to anybody who is sitting in the background and just listening. Don't know if good. Oh, my honey, I'm sorry. It's been a day. Lindsay's away. She's not due back till tomorrow. I've had a whole load of stuff to do tonight. Been running lines with Jason, trying to get him up on his plays. That's stuff that's to be done every day this week. So, hence the late start. I hadn't wanted to start this late. I've been on the phone to Lindsay Didn't get her till 25 past 9. Or 25 past 9. So, Drosy, hello, my friend. How are you? ZX is here. Hello. Bugs here. And Sam's here. And Kit's here. And anybody else who's in the background, say hello. So, yes, it's been a day. I'm absolutely knackered. We were away last week, and it's 5 minutes away. Can see you on Live 360. Nice. Away last week down in Manic. Lovely time, but by God, I'm so knackered. We've done so much. I've packed Ish and Love called my bluff for Tom Baker alone. Oh, nice. You've packed Ish. Where are you off to now? Dare I ask? Right, Jimmy's done. Is there anything else that could be bothered playing off that album? Not really. Now actually, I'll tell you what, we could gently ease our way in. Oh no, I want to keep that for later. What could we do? Oh, tell you what I did get at the weekend. Ha ha ha. Yet another album. You're at home staring at 3 feet of snow, Drosy, man. ZX is wrapped in a blanket full of the cold. Oh, bud, mate. Oh, big hugs. Look, distance hugs. Obviously, but yeah. Sorry, get well soon, mate. Yeah. So I managed to pick up this first edition. I presume it's first edition. Did you check? It's not in bad nick. There's a few light playability scratches on it, but not anything. Copyright 1980, Arista Records. So, yeah. Side 2, beat 1. Must be a repress. Track 1, Mirror in the Bathroom. There you go. So that's cool. So yeah, so I managed. That's me now. Got the Beats first one and Specials first one. Although this cost me £7.60 as opposed to the £40 that Specials one cost me. Never mind. It's nice to have. So yeah, I'm toying with an idea of kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And can't get used to using you, no matter what I'm gonna do. Gonna spend my whole life loving you. Yeah. Birthday stream for me of sorts too, so not complaining. Oh, mate! Oh, I didn't realise. I'm sorry. God, of course it is. Yes, of course it is. I'm so bad. I'm so bad at remembering people's birthdays. Even though because that was it yesterday? No, today. Today's your birthday. We've got no music. That's not good. What shall we have? Let's play a couple of tracks. I'm gonna. Where are you? Where are you? Is that now Anthony still? Oh, I can't be asked. Let's go to Can't Stop, Shan't Stop. No. What? There's a rumpus going on. Where are you? This one. We need this. So that means, Sam, that I am exactly 20 years, 3 weeks, and 2 days older than you. Love this. So, what has happened over your weekends, my ladies and gentlemen? What have you been up to? I've been away in Manic. We played a whole bunch of board games with my phone. I haven't shown anybody these yet, but I'll just throw them up on the screen so you can see. In fact, I'll go back to the main chat screen and all. There we go. Hello. many Reggie Perrins in the arse end of space. There's so many Reggie Perrins in the arse end of space. So, Monday night, we started playing Clank, or Clank Legacy. And you go through a whole bunch of levels and level yourselves up and do all sorts of stuff. It's like Clank, but you influence the game as you go. So you put stickers and things down to end up with a board that's completely different based on how you've played the game to date. Not much, but truth be told, besides sporting things. Fair enough. So that was Tuesday. Sorry, that was Monday night. Tuesday, we went to Howick, as in Jim Howick, off of Horrible Histories and all that. Howick House, which is where Lord and Lady, Earl and Lady Grey lived, which is where Earl Grey and Lady Grey tea comes from. And they had this absolutely Jim Howick. Oh, that's the wrong one. And so we there was lots of snowdrops, and we went around the snowdrop trail, and it was absolutely lovely. And here's Jason taking a nice. He's been taking some absolutely cracking photographs. So I took a photograph of him taking photographs. So we've got some nice sort of snowdrops there. That's the green screen kicking in there. So try not to. That's even worse. Hold on a second. Bear with. Rum-bum-bum-ba-de-bum. There we go. Now you can see them. There we go. So green screen's off, and that's you can see those now. What else? What we good? So that was nice. I quite like that one. There's some nice gates to the gardens. There's a beautiful little robin. This was the sensory garden, so there's lots of things to see and do and touch and play with, sounds and what have you within there, and that was lovely. And a lovely rainbow, nice rainbow. That was me to get some shots of the river. There's some rhododendron that flowered from last year, looking a bit old. There's new roddies. New rhododendrons just about to flower. And you can't hear that, but it's an absolutely gorgeous babbling brook. Right, stop that, it's silly. Complete music, absolutely. Deeper's missed his tray. Oh no. So this is Howick Hall. It's an absolutely gorgeous place, but huge, absolutely huge, but nice enough place. And then we started playing. Oh, what's happened there? We started playing Gloomhaven. Well, it's not Gloomhaven. It's the because Gloomhaven is so bloody big and ridiculous. They did a cut down version which is a starter adventure, which in itself is like Jesus, £200. And we bought this a few years back and we started it, and we found it really difficult to get into. So we decided to kind of start over. And we've done 4 adventures now, and it's much easier. We kind of get it now, but it's a slow game. But that was 5 hours. and we were going to carry on. So that was Wednesday when it was absolutely pouring it down. But then on Thursday, the weather was really nice again. So we got out and about and we went to Manic Gardens. And there's this absolutely amazing purpose-built treehouse, which is a massive restaurant. It's amazing. I'm sure there's a female author described in Blackadder 2 as being in really a muscular northern man with a beard like a rhododendron bush. Well, that's a bit like so it's a bit like Bob, you know, and how in Blackadder 2, Bob obviously pretended to be a man, Kate pretended to be a man, and they carried that through into Upstart Crow, where she reprised her role as Bob, who happened to be the Chief Justice. And it was hilariously funny. And the only reason you knew it was a woman was because she ate salad. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So Manic Gardens, absolutely amazing place. A couple of shots of the things, and then all the weird water features in the Century Gardens. You can't really see that very well. There's a few stupid shots. I should probably do them that way. It's me just dicking about with Jason, and just lots of spheres and orbs and things of water. That's fascinating with the audio on. I could sit and watch that for like hours. I took about 2 minutes of that. And then I don't remember Bob from Blackadder 2. That was the one in Elizabethan times. Yes. The joke in Ink and incapability being that Edmund had to write under a female name to have a chance of publication to invent the real thing. Yes, exactly. Yes. Jason being a complete dick. Which, you know, if it wasn't him, it would have probably been me. But yeah, there we go. Completely the parody of compilation. Oh yes, yes. So there's it's a shame there's no sound, but then we got the fountains as well. Absolutely gorgeous. It's such an amazing, absolutely amazing place. Didn't realise how fascinating it all was. Why? Oh, the adult swings. Yes. So this is me on the adult swings, giving it laldy, which was great fun. With the song title on the bottom of the screen, such as "Hey Nonny, I love you, my love is a prick" on a Tudor rose and "Hot sex magical" in the middle of my tights. Yes. Oh, you thought it was me on the digger at first. Yeah, we are becoming very symbiotic. It seems, Jason and I at the moment. And then round to the Poison Gardens, which was absolutely fantastic. He bought a book, and then a nice little panoramic of over the top of it. He, no doubt, his D&D group are going to suffer some gruesome deaths by digitalis or digitoxin or something. So yeah, and then that was up at the treehouse. Absolutely fascinating, gorgeous looking place. And then that's Alnwick Castle. It's Alnwick Castle. And then that's us. Lindsay and I played this My City on Thursday night when Jason was knackered, and he was writing some stuff down. The swings are in a cherry grove, but I've never been to blossom. No, I know, and we should go maybe in all meet together in there in about 6 weeks' time when it will be all full of blossom. The Poison Garden book's amazing, and that is it. And then I took some photos for Kenny of some of the. These were in the cottages.com place we stayed in. Just some nice oldie worldy Northumberland railway stuff, which is funny because of course the fact that we were in Alnwick and we went to the book place, and then we went to Jesus. So that's us at Bamborough Castle, and there's a throne there from the Kingdom, The Last Kingdom, which they filmed at Bamborough, and there's all the costumes and stuff in the throne, and you get to sit in the throne. So I took the photograph, and then Jason decided he would as well. And then there's all this weird art installation throughout the place, which was just a bit disconcerting. But a lovely, fascinating castle. Thoroughly enjoyed it for what it was worth. Yeah, no, really, really, really nice place. We'd go back again for sure. Nice bit of the keep there. Nice. Oh yeah, took a 360 panoramic all the way around. Keep again. And did we go to the cafe and the bar to books the ice cream fans? We did. We went to the cafe, but we were so tired and so late. I think we just did literally coffee and a bit of cake. We were all absolutely shattered by that point, Kit, to be fair. I'd do it properly next time. And then we came back up on Friday, saw the cats, and then I recorded 2 shows back to back with Steve on Saturday, and we knocked both shows out within 4 hours, which is unheard of. And then we shot through to Glasgow for my cousin's wedding, which was Saturday evening, and that was very lovely. And he'd made all the curries and everything for himself, and I had a few beers and was fine, and nobody had to go at me a bit too much. Yeah, so it was busy. And then back, drop. So yesterday morning, up out of the hotel, drop Jason at Drama, go and see my aunt, drop her glasses off that she'd left on the table, went out and got bacon rolls with them, took Lindsay to Central Station for her train at 2:40, waved her off, wandered around town for a bit, picked Jason up, came home, and that was our evening, basically. We had to do some lines last night, we've done some lines tonight, and here we are. So, yay! So that's been my week off, which has been far from quiet, shall we say. So yeah. Right, I'm going to put some music on, and then we are going to go and dig some holes. We have got... I managed to get hold of some Thomas Dolby, because I spoke to people about Aliens Ain't My Buick. So what did we play? We played Golden Age of Wireless a few weeks ago. Did we play the Flat Earth? I can't remember. If we didn't play Flat Earth, I'm sorry. I will go back and do that. But I've got Aliens Ain't My Buick tonight. So I think that is what we're going to start with whilst we head off and dig some holes. Now, I don't know. We've upgraded. We're now on version 26.1, by the way. So they've brought Bedrock in line with, so it's year 26, major release 1, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's where we're at. I think the server's updated. If it's not, Kit, let me know, and I will go and... I can't click on that. That's... You need to go over here now, don't you? I'm here! I did play briefly whilst I was away, but let me know how the music is compared to my voice. So since last week, I cleared all of the lava out of here and turned it all into obsidian. We still have a massive massive pool up here. We now have portals. Wow, that's loud. Drop that out a bit. So that brings us back to the keep. So we've now got nether tunnel, nether hub between the two sections, which is slightly faster than running, and it does also actually go out to our mine as well. Still love you folks that share your birthday with the 80s balance. Gosh, that's well loud for me. Can't hear the music. This way, I think. Got you. Ah! Ow! That's funny. Yeah, so that drops us in here. I should maybe put a little bit higher. So we've now got direct links without having to run everywhere. David Sylvian 2. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, so we can go via the Nether portal now or the Nether hub to quickly jump between the places rather than having to. I don't like using TP, to be honest, but I'd rather just get there directly. 2 seconds. Put that over there. Actually, I should just go. Airhead. Great track. What a fantastic opener to an album, eh? Now, I've just had a terrible thought. Are these playing them in order or not? No. Okay, right, hold on a second. Because I must have put it on shuffle. Yeah, it means we're going to get airhead again, I'm afraid. But there we go. That's it. We can move on to the next one. No, that's not right either. All of this is out of whack. Oh, god damn it. Right, hold on. That's not right. Stop. Don't play them in that order. I don't want you to play them in that order. Remove. But I do want to play it. Do it that way. Yes. Right. Hurrah. There we go. That's in the right order now. That's how it should be. Right, sorry. No point listening to the album. You're not going to listen to it in order. Like it's meant to be, like it's designed to be. Okay, so here we are back here. Get to bed. What have I got? I got some ladders, a bunch of stone. Ugh. None of the things I actually require. So. Let's go back and dump this stuff off. We'll have to go back over here anyway. There's my pit. Let's get there. That's my one, slowly but surely. Well, hopefully now this will play in order. Ah, good. I did empty it. Hurrah. Marvellous. The lyrics, it's very clever. This is one of these ones that you kind of have to listen to because lyrically it's very clever. Right, here's our big chunk. This is where we are. This is where we were last week. Starting off on row 53 today. So basically, he got off whilst driving a car. Fair enough, I suppose. Each to their own, as it were. Not sure that would do it for me, but, you know. This album got absolutely slammed, by the way. People did not like this compared to his earlier stuff. And I'm thinking, why? It's genius. I absolutely love it. Sure, it's no blinding me with science, but dear God, what a cacophony of sound. Assuming you can hear it okay. Well, that's good. Is that quite a... Is there a delay this end? I'm not seeing anything. Few frames dropped, but nothing major. Good. Next. God, am I going to do this every single time just because I've dragged them in individual tracks? Knew I should have just saved it as a single file. There's a lot to be said for just having one file full of one music file, because it just plays forever. I know we've heard this, but it's such a great track. That's why it was a single, of course. She's an airhead. Hey, I'm Cusp Aquarius. She's an airhead. Today's literal giant. Contract. I love that. I love it. Cusp Aquarius. She's an airhead. The intellectual giant. It's funny, delving into looking at some stuff today, I came across a whole load of different versions. So every time the album's been released, not this one's only had one release, but Flat Earth has had 6 releases. And every one of them is ever so slightly different. They keep changing the running order or the track listing. And so from the back of that, I've now got not a definitive version of it, but I've definitely got downloaded and had for a 10-track album. I'm now up at about 17 tracks, so it's not bad with all the different remixes. But then I started looking at a particular remix. There's about 7 different versions of it. On this album, for Hot Sauce, there's 6 different versions out there, which is great because I love me a good remix. But it just makes me want to put them all together into one giant 45-minute long track. It was us made her that way. Ba-dow, ba-dow, bow. And that's a good fun thing about this. And so sorry, that's what I was leading up to earlier on. I'd said something and I never finished the sentence. No, I don't like 500 remixes of stuff, but I do like the fact that people have done. Bear in mind, these are now 40 years old. Well, this is 88, but Flat Earth is 40. 1984, so 83. No, Edge Wireless was 83. 82, 83. Flat Earth was 84. And So we're talking stuff that is over 42 years old now, and if you can't have half a dozen remixes over 40 years, I think that's not bad, especially if it's a good remix. I'm not saying they are good remixes, I've not listened to them all yet, but we will, or I will, and I'll let you know. But for now, the fact that there are those... Oh no, I need stone. Right, hold on. Let's get that one. That's andesite, isn't it? Shite. I need actual stone. Do I have stone? Oh, next track. This one. No. Yes? What? Where's my link? Where's my links gone? Why does it just... yeah, hot sauce is next. Some remasters work like some of the remastered Genesis early albums. Others don't, like the 2010 remaster of later stuff that over eggs feels drugs. Yes. The 94 remasters that happened with the CD releases happened are all right. Exactly. There seemed to have been a spate of remixes in 2008, 2009. Especially for stuff like this. There's, I suppose, sort of 30th anniversary type things. And it's kind of like cleaning up the masters, you know. She's placed as nicey. Smoke gets in your eyes. Got me in your hot sauce, baby. Thighs. Boom, boom, boom. There we are, stone. That's what I need. Bada boom. Hot sauce. Nod to Larry Blackman there of Cameo. Hot sauce. Spicy. Nice. Oh, absolutely, 100%. Level 42-esque. I'm not. It would not surprise me if Mark King played on this at some point. Right, let's go find a bed. The video is very Good, the Bad, the Ugly-esque kind of. It's a southern Mexico, gringos, and blah blah blah. Hence the style of the Spanish guitar and El Mariachi Band type thing, which is just glorious. I genuinely, I don't care what people say. I think I love this. I absolutely love this album. From all the years that I tried to find back in the day, when I would dig what I'm trying to say. Still, my mini ambition to attempt a vocal cover of Leaving You Now from Level 2, and that would take work. Coming home yesterday, what I found recently is that with my being overweight and sleep apnea and all that sort of stuff, I find myself dozing, like feeling really tired when I'm driving. And so the only thing that can keep me awake is to put on like an album that I can sing along to, and it has to be something that I can absolutely belt out my full range on. So you won't note it, but I put on Wolfsbane's first album, Live Fast Die Hard, Live Fast Die Fast, to which Blaze Bailey's vocals are quite high. Who's got a hell of a range on him. Mumford and Sons works for me in that respect. It's each to their own. It's what gets you through the day. I have to listen to things like anything that I can sing along to. So Metallica to a certain extent, Megadeth for sure, Extreme, both Porno Graffiti and Three Sides to Each Story. Wolfsbane, Live Fast, Die Fast. What else? Wet to a certain extent because I know them inside out. Bros, yes. Actually, I nearly rebought Bros Push from the bookshop on. But it was in bad condition, and they wanted more than I was willing to pay for it, so I didn't. So I had to sing along. So I was singing along to this. I mean, it's high. I'll play a bit. We'll play a bit in a bit. I love. Oh, good. I'm pleased you love Push. I'm glad somebody does. Well, as I say, I mean, I was a brossette. There's no two ways about it. I was a brossette. Okay, think of that what you will. I don't actually care. My hair was swept back, but it was shorter, obviously, but it swept back and forward, so it was more matte as opposed to Luke. And I'd still got my Grosh bottle tops. Don't have the same sort of shoes and things these days. Yeah. That was, as I said, as I keep saying to Steve, and I say it every now and again on the show, I felt like I was like I was like the third brother, the younger brother, but I was the runt of the family, not as good looking as the rest of them. So that's why I wasn't in the band. But I wish I could have to hand photographs of me back then, because it's just like, oh man, that boy's trying so hard. Because I'm just to throw myself so deeply into. Now you shushed about. Yes, Nathan should leave the chat in disgust. Aldi Bros. I'm joking, Nathan. I'm joking. Hello, my friend. How are you? Welcome in. You've missed half the album, but never mind. Or maybe you're back and you've been listening in the background, which I hope you have, because it's a fantastic album. But yes, I would play. So I had to play all this live music, and Wolfsbane is particularly fast and high. And Jason kind of sat there going, "I didn't know you had it in you." And I was saying, "Well, with a bit of training, I could get my high range back." What I just love about my voice now, my vocal range, is that I can do, all those deep stuff that you used to love as a kid. Like Cool and the Gang and things like that, we could just do some like Temptations, so that deep voice would come through. And the fact is, I can do the deep voice now, but I can still hit most of the high notes. So Jimmy Somerville, You Are My World, things like that. Donna Summer. I can hit on a good day. I can hit those notes, not with a lot of power, but I can hit and sustain those notes. But with a bit of training, vocal technique, and some weight loss, I reckon I could do quite well. So, again, one of the things that I wanted to do as a silly thing sometime is to do a karaoke. So I'll choose like a dozen songs, and you can vote on which songs I sing or attempt to sing. It's just one of those. I fancied just doing something really silly like that. Inquire you were bass. Bloody hell, girl. Bruce Willis backing vocals and Airhead randomly. Yeah. So yes, I'd like to do something like that. So that was me belting out some highly powerful, almost. I mean, as I said to Jason, it is so pastiche, classic. Well, the thing about Wolfsbane is they are well, I suppose they are because they're kind of back together again. They were an interesting offshoot of modern Nwobum related bands. So the late 80s, when you had that sort of Def Leppard resurgence and the bands that came off the back of that, Choir Boys and all that other stuff, the cock rock, the hair bands as they call them, that came through. So much so yesterday I got Jason to sit down and finally watch Bad News. Comic Strip Presents Bad News. He loved it, absolutely loved it. So much so that he went and looked up more Bad News tonight, and I believe was playing that when I started streaming. So go him. Tenor section here masquerading while a light lyric baritone. Yes. Ah, my love, I know. It's harsh, isn't it? Yesterday, driving to football comms duties, I was in full Tonti Bally belt mode. Quite right. There's nothing wrong with that. But they were more like Wolverhampton's version of the Mac lads, you know. That's not what I want. So yeah, definitely you can hear that that Brummie accent or Wolverhampton accent coming through in their singing. But they had that same sort of harshness and the sort of pretension to dirtiness that the Mac lads had, but without having that same sort of level of dirt. It was all about, yes, women are objects and we use them for our lovely, lovely pleasure, but we love women and we know that the world revolves around them, etc., etc. So it's slightly misogynistic, but not quite the full-blown Mac lads misogyny type. Middle 80s metal, which, you know, yeah, take it or leave it. I don't know. It's me. It's that era that I was in. What am I gonna do? My brain is like a sieve. I'm gonna play that next because that's gorgeous. It's just the type of music I was right into back in late 80s. And we as a band modelled ourselves on sort of that stylings of Wolfsbane and all the bands of that time as well. Kind of, yeah, look at us, we're hard, we hang around industrial skips and take pictures through metal grills and things like that, and you know, all that sort of stuff that was kind of well classed for metal bands of the time. It's good fun. Misogyny zero sort, yeah. True in this case, with a few false starts at the end due to it being the full version. Yeah, you do find yourself kind of not quite, especially if you don't remember it 100%. It's just like, I think this bit goes here, and then you're like, oh no, right, I missed it by half a bar. I find myself being half a bar out quite a lot. You feel guilty like it because the sleazy expensive fun. Well, again, Mucky Pup, another band of the era. And again, another sort of UK band, but Mucky Pup with little pigs, let me in, not by the hair of my chin and chin, or I'll puff on puff and I'll blow your ass, and so on and so forth. Just so stupid songs. But I never liked, because what annoyed me, right, is that all the girls, of course, were all into the tall, skinny, fucking dark-haired rock gods with their massive quaffs, and us little dirty blonde greaser type biker style guys got never a look in ever, and I hated it because they were just gorgeous girls, but probably very shallow. But that wasn't the point, because you're just like, and I still to this day regret screwing up the one fucking stupidly screwed up. Well, lots of screwed up relationships, but that particular one bites to this day. If I played it slightly differently, my God, my life would be completely different. So maybe, in some ways, it's quite good that it didn't go well. Murder! Breathes like a sieve. So yeah, so maybe Nikki was meant to get away, and yeah, maybe Nikki was definitely meant to get away, and I wouldn't be here today if that was the case, because my life would be different. And but yeah, shame, because yeah, I was a silly lad. Didn't see the signs. Didn't understand the signs. Too young, too naive. Silly boy. Never mind. Such is life. That is now 34 years ago. When my hair, funnily enough, my hair is longer now than it was back then. That's the stupid thing. Broken memories. My brain is like a sieve. Great track. Love that. Love that. Next up. The ability to swim. Yes. Da, 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 da. And I guess that's when the trouble started. Well, the trouble did start then, yes. But the trouble that well, see now, here's the thing, right? So 1989 into 1990. My dad went out to Australia. I was on my own. 6 months later, I had blown my chances with Nikki. Was besotted with my best friend Katrina, who was also besotted with me, but wouldn't do anything because of our mutual friend, and threw Jane in my path. And I took to Jane very quickly, and Jane and I, well, long story short, we were together for 12, 13 years. Married for 5. Yeah. 'Twas life. Together since we were 19. But 10, 12 years down the line, realised that what we wanted was different, and split up. And then Jill and I got together, and that was a disaster. Not a disaster, but I played that one all wrong as well, because I was a lot of issues over leaving Jane. But still think it was the right thing to do at the time. Oh, I'm full, that's why. Haha! Yes, full. And yeah, I mean, when I'm well, as some of you know, Lindsay and I met each other when Jane and I were still married. And we didn't do anything. Because and then she hates me for having gone off with Jill. So can't win one way or another. Lindsay's always never going to let me forget that one, I think. Oh no. Oh no. What's that? 63, 60. It's a full kit, full job. So yes, it's interesting how life's intertwined. Let's not dwell too long on it, shall we? But yeah, life. Yeah, I would not be here today if I wasn't. And that's the thing, is aren't you? At the end of the day, you are the sum of your parts. You are the person you are today based on every decision you've made previously. Orange got it right. That was the one thing that Orange, was we are. Our past is our past is our history. Whether you like it or not, that is what every decision you made to date has got you to where you are right now. So, for good or for bad, I like to think of it as it being for good. Because I think that I'm a more rounded person for having done all the things I have done to date. Regrets, I've had a few. Yeah. Look. You don't ever, if I've got one piece of advice to give anybody, do not dwell on what ifs, right? You can have them, but please don't dwell on them. Budapest by Blimp. It's healthy to think about it, but it's not healthy to dwell on it. You cannot go back. You cannot change anything. Everything is what it is for a reason. You just have to deal with it and take it and use it and move on from it and experience something different and hopefully always move forward in the right direction. That's all I can say. It's just move forward in the right direction. The chorus of What Might Have Been by Little Texas was a balm after my first breakup at 19. Yeah, look. The Black albums, Colin Burnham, are a big part of my not breakup, so early relationship angst, shall we say. Possibly why I went back into heavy metal, actually. I don't know. I can't help but wonder what. Try not to think about what might have been, because that was then, and we have taken different roads. We can't go back again. There's no use giving in, and there's no way to know what might have been. Yeah, exactly. I can't help but wonder what my life would have been like if I'd found out I was autistic sooner. Colin did bloody well for himself. He did. Look, Colin Burnham was an absolutely lovely guy. I think he had, for the life that he had, the time he lived a full and good life, and just sadly was taken from us a little too early. I'm kind of that age now and thinking, well, I could go around the corner tomorrow and be gone. You just never know. You like to think that it doesn't. It's not going to happen, but you can't not think it's not going to happen. But you try not to think about it. So don't dwell on the what ifs, like I say. Kit, yes. all I can say is that you have now, and that's the best thing, because you can now put a lot of ghosts to rest. You can turn around and go, well, that makes a lot more sense now, and you have got, you know, a piece of paper to turn around to people and go, get fucked. Sorry if any children are listening to this. I apologise. Normally we try to keep things fairly clean around here, but something like that is definitely 2 fingers up to you and society. Well, not you, Kit, but 2 fingers up to the world around you and society. To go, this is it now, right? This is it. This is the way it goes. Yeah, mind that bus, what bus? Yeah, exactly. You know. No, I definitely think. I know it would be nice to think that life would be different or easier. Would you say you think it would be easier, or would something else crop up that takes that place? You know, because I'm a firm believer that you are where you are for a reason, and I'm not saying that our life is predestined. What I'm saying is that fate puts you where you need to be. But that's not predestination. It's not life is mapped out in front of us, because, dear God, I wouldn't thank anybody who'd mapped my life out so far. But 98, and for me, I know that 80%, 60% of it is my fault, right? 60% of it is my fault, and I'm only putting 40% of it on my parents. And I've dealt with that. And I've got over that portion, I hope. Not that it would be easier, just that maybe I wouldn't have been so depressed or spent so long blaming myself for struggling. Okay, yes, that's a difficult one. That is a difficult one. Genuinely, I'm sorry that you've done that. But that's your brain going, I don't know what to make of it, I suppose. I am part of the counselling that I did after Jane and I split. I had a lot of issues with my parents. With my mum leaving and then my dad fucking off to Australia. So yeah, there's a lot of issues kicking around, sort of abandonment, but which is why I kind of latched on to. Relationships were quite intense, I suppose, because I was trying to replace something, which is why that's not the best thing in the world, which is why most of them ended up in a bad way. But I learned from that by going to counselling and realising that certain things don't matter. Certain things don't require an answer. That was the biggest. I think the biggest one was, a lot of it was, I want to know why. Why? And the counsellor turned around and said to me, you might never get an answer to these questions. So think of it that it's okay to have a question that cannot be answered. Sometimes there is no answer. And you think, okay, fine. And if you embrace that sort of level of stuff, then it turns out that, in actual fact, things start weirdly answering themselves. Because you turn around and go, oh, okay, right, well, oh, it's not that I'm angry at my dad for leaving. It's I'm angry that perhaps I passed up an opportunity or disappointed him, or that sort of thing. That's where it starts getting into. And it's not about I'm angry because he left. It's I'm angry at myself. I'm angry at myself for not pushing myself further. I'm angry at myself for not doing as well. But at the same time, it was very easy to turn around and blame my family for the situation because they had split up and left me and blah, blah, blah. And I am now like this. And that's the easy option, as it turns out. So you start turning around and go, well, okay, fine, be responsible. Be responsible for your actions and take responsibility for your consequences. And if you do that, guess what? A lot of shit just goes away. A lot remains, but a lot goes away. Where are we? I thought I was just crap at being a person. Oh, Kit, no, my good lord. I can relate to wanting to know why. Yeah, it's difficult. I don't know. What am I? I don't know what I am sometimes. I sometimes, I joke. Lindsay's always said I'm very like Eddie Izzard, or Susie Izzard now, and I'm going, maybe, some ways, but not. I kind of get behind the sentiment of potentially being a lesbian trapped in a man's body, because I can tell you for nothing, I love women. I love women's bodies. I love women's bodies. Did I want to be a girl when I was younger? Yes. Should I have transgendered? I don't know. Would I be happier? I don't know. It's a bit like Jason. Jason is kind of... Jason is in... Poor lad. I sometimes wonder. He is in this world of gorgeous people. And I will say people because I can say that I know that there are some good-looking biologically female people in his company who identify as male, and that's fine. I just don't know how that affects his head, because part of me thinks he keeps getting attracted to the wrong... No, it's not that he gets attracted to the wrong person. He's just attracted to people who are transgender. And I wonder sometimes how that makes him feel in his head. But I don't know, because I can't tell. Is being angry at yourself better than being angry at your parents? It's difficult because I think personally, my parents, and I'll be honest. I've had talks with my dad and I've talks with mum. I've more frank talks with my mum. My mum has always turned around and said, bottom line, my mum is 100% down the line, right? She turns around and goes, "You're fat." And I go, "Yeah, I know," and I'll sort it, and I have. And I don't know if anybody's noticed. Let me just come and do this for a second. You don't notice because it's not on the screen. What the? 2 seconds. I need to press. We need to have. May the Cupid be with you. The last part of this portion. But I've just realised on my screen there is something missing. Why? Why is that not showing up? Oh, have I knocked it off the screen? I have. God damn it. Right. So, no, not the days counter. If you look at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen at the moment, there are some numbers. And they're in the same font, deliberately. as to make it look like it's part of Minecraft. What that is the weight I was last week to the weight I am this week with my associated pound loss. Because I've decided to catalogue my weight loss. Because I am overweight by... I'm even heavier now than I was the first time I went on a diet. And that was the biggest I'd been in Christ since I was 18. So yes. Why is this playing keys to my Ferrari again? Hold on a second. It should not be playing that. Apologies. That's what we should be on. No. That one, thank you. I'm not gamifying it, no. It's about culpability, right? It's about answering to my own lifestyle. And that is a visual reminder to myself whether I'm doing good or bad. And I want to see that steadily go down over the weeks and months as we go forward with this. So it's not gamifying. It's just a personal record that is there for everybody to see. Yeah. So that's my. It's just a silly thing I wanted to do. It's not a silly thing. It's something I wanted to do that kind of makes me accountable to myself and to you, because you could have a go at me if that goes up. Yeah? And as time moves on and I lose a bit more weight, I'll start doing some exercise, and we might incorporate those on screen, and you might turn around and go, you can redeem a large amount of a large amount of studs for me to do some squats or something like that. But until such time as I can lose a little bit more so that I'm a bit more mobile, and I start doing some stuff, all the stuff I talked to you about before, Kit, about having these exercises to loosen up your joints and things like that. That sort of stuff. So, somebody my age should be, all I'm getting is adverts for things like Tai Chi and armchair aerobics, but they all want you to sign up for 15, 20 quid a month so that you can get their plan and the resources. And I'm going, bollocks to that. I've got enough resources around me that I don't need to do that. I could just go, I'm going to the video section of YouTube and going, give me recommendations of three people to show me armchair aerobics for somebody who is 55 and weighs this amount. You throw that into Claude, the Tai Chi guy. He's saying, look, I love them and I love the concept. And Tai Chi is something that I've always wanted to do anyway. So it kind of makes sense to do something like that. If it's going to benefit me, if it is going to help with my general well-being and musculature and maneuverability, then yes, why should I not? I'm not paying 15 quid a month to do it. You know? So yeah, so it's about so it kind of goes back again, as I say, to the counselling side of things, where it's about I'm not saying it's about being culpable for but it's or being accountable for it, because it's not about, oh, oh, my mom says I'm fat, so I must lose weight, right? It's because at the end of the day, you should not ever, ever, ever listen to anybody who tells you should do something, right? Unless it is step back from that precipice, you're going to fall off and die. That is valid. That is a valid piece of advice I would suggest anybody takes. Unless you're in such a position that you cannot possibly do that. But I personally do not understand how anybody can get to that point in life, because thank goodness I've never been put in that position, right? Now I've known people and I've known situations, and I still think, Christ, is it that bleak? But sometimes people just cannot see the way out of it, and I can't even begin to profess to understand that at all. I personally, I can't. I cannot. And I've known a lot of people. I'm talking a lot of people. I can count on more than one hand who I've known personally, who are now no longer with us for various reasons. But there, but for the grace of God go I, etc., etc. So it's about owning up to my personal beliefs and my convictions, and being culpable for my own actions. So therefore, the only person who's going to fix me is, of course, me. And so the counter in the corner is a little nod to myself as a weekly reminder. I could have it in a diary, I could have it in an app, I certainly could have it in the Cambridge app if I want to. I can't be asked. But that down the line is something I will forget. Whereas if I look back on this VOD in 15 years' time and go, Jesus, did I weigh that much? Or, oh my God, I used to weigh that much, maybe I should do something about it. It's there. It's there for all posterity, My physio said Tai Chi is better than yoga because you're not trying to hold one pose for too long. I can't see how it helps you lose weight, though. It looks like just wafting around. What the hell was that? Did something just fall off? Sorry, I caught something out the corner of my eye. I thought something fell off there. May the Cube be with you. What a cracking track from Dolby 3D or Dolby Cubed, as opposed to Thomas. That's still the same stuff he was doing at the same time. Next up, a couple of tracks which I absolutely adore. It did look. I did wonder if it was a cow. I did wonder if it was a cow. I would like to play this. Who has seen the film Toys? Robin Williams, Joan Cusack. Oh God, I love Joan Cusack. That never happened. Only to forget. And the new ones they haven't even met. Forwards into the future. Oh, looking back on the where am I gonna be? It could have been a bowl of petunias. Know how I feel. Surreal, it's surreal. Oh, Robin Williams. Nothing there. Will always be the truth. Bum 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 bum. Oh, there is something there. It definitely looked like it was a cow. Oh, you silly sod. A clip! A clip! Somebody's done a clip, finally! Hooray! Cow! Thanks, ZX! That's fantastic! Free beef, yep. Amazing. Somebody actually did a clip for once. That's so cool. It's so real, it's so real, it's so real. So nobody's answered the question. Have you seen Toys? Have you seen the film Toys? No! Oh my god. No! Oh, good lord. Right. Will always be truth. Ah, lordy, lordy. Right, what can I tell you about Toys? So, I don't know just how I feel. Babe, it's surreal, it's surreal, it's surreal. I'll come to it in a second. I can't believe you're not seeing Toys. Jesus. Alright, I'm going to have to go to bed. Right, no, going to have to go to bed. That's a storm. I am not having a witch fall down on me and kill me. Fuck that. No worries. Could probably do one myself, actually. What time are we at? 23:36. Yes, I could probably do with a pee. So, that is the majority of the Thomas I have. Well, I've got more, but it depends whether you want to listen to more. You know, it would be the first clip in literally years. It is! Nobody clips on this channel. They used to. They used to try it. But nobody's done proper clips. That did not sound healthy. That was a horrendous crashing sound. What the hell was that about? Well, it's not ready anyway, that's fine. Yes, so, there, we do that. We do, that, like that. Okay, there we go, do that. Then the next box over, we do that, we do that, that, and that's it. Full, oh god. Oh god, no. Okay, we'll just have to start going in here then. Like that. And it's like, God, look how much stuff there is. That's cool. Full blocks there. 164. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12 is what? 2. 1, 2. Then back over here. Just go. Ooh, big pile there. That, and then we go big, loads of blocks, lovely big blocks, and then we can just throw this laddie free beef on there. That's there. No, that's glass. That's those there. Go another load of them. 3 of them. We have a free egg. Egg. Oh. Oh, well, that's gone. That wasn't what I expected to happen. So, yes, right. So, Thomas Dolby. Wolf. Oh, yeah, we're going to get Wolfsbane. Go Wolfsbane. We're going Wolfsbane. Go Wolfsbane. We've got any. Go Wolfsbane. Did I download it? Metallica. But I don't have it. I bet after all this, I don't know the bloody album. Ziggy Yellow. What? Where? When? Realize I can't. It's not on this drive. That's the problem. And I couldn't dig out my other drive, which does have that sort of stuff on it. Metallica. Tons of that. Megadeth. Tons of that. But that's not what we're here for. What else we got? Put some Madness on, I suppose. That also helps me. I do spend a lot of time singing along to Madness. Oh, Big Audio Dynamite. This is Big Audio Dynamite. Except that's not in order either. That doesn't make sense if you're not going to play it in order. I've not sorted these things out yet. That's terrible. What else can we have? Wait, anything? Don't actually have that much on here. Everything else is another drive. That's the problem. Misc. Yeah, no. Let's not do that. Oh, come on. Hold on, let's go. Oh, you'll love that. I have stuff, but I don't actually have. Oh, I've got. Let's try this then. Where's the player? It's there. Let's go. How much time? We're in a half now. Let's go. There. That's not the right track to start playing. Why would you do that? Oh, because it's A to Z, right. Nope. No. I want to play that. There we go. Right, 2 seconds. I'm just going to nip for a pee. Let us. When I wake up in the morning, I'm still yawning. Float upstream. Right, hopefully nothing will kill me. I'll be back in a sec. Hello. Float upstream. Please don't take me out, don't shake me, leave me where I am. I'm only sleeping. No, don't shake me. So, here's an idea. I need to check my DVDs or find a streaming service that has it. Who would be up for a toys watch party? Because not this weekend, because I have to take Jason down to Guildford, but next weekend Lindsay and Jason are away, so I have Friday evening free. So how about a watch party on Friday the what would that be? 28th? No, plus Friday the 6th, because I'm not going down with them, unfortunately, because it's just too expensive. Friday the 6th of March. Who's up for a potential watch party? Right, what's next? Where's my list? Oh no! Stop that, you. Stop. Look you see. Camden Town, please. I would like to have Camden Town now. There we go. Aye. Bum, bum, bum. Feet. What does this sound like? Ah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Camden Town. In Camden Town. Anything you want to. Nowhere. At the underground. Best bit about Camden Town is spotting all the places that Suggs mentions in any of their songs. I love Camden. I could spend a lot of time. I could live in Camden. I could live in Camden. I'd be broke, but I could live in Camden. Bum 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 bum. Death in Paradise on a Friday night these days, then. In good news, Maisie, we have now watched the Christmas special, and therefore can now start the new season. Hurrah! We watched it while we were away last week. It was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Clocked it was going to be Josie, sadly. But, you know, if it was going to be if it's going to be anybody, it's going to be the most famous person. Not on cast. In Camden Town. In Camden Town, you can do anything you want to. The best bit about singing along to stuff like this live, I'm thinking, is that it's all going out at the same time. Unlike when we do it through mix, because I think there's a delay, and I think that I'm singing along about half a second behind the actual track. Ba-ba-da-bum. Well, so to go with right, so we need well, obviously we need to organise a trip for all of us to go to London at the same time and go to Camden, because there are some amazing eateries around there, and there's a really cool board game cafe just up the hill, about 10 minutes away, which we went to and was amazeballs, and they serve alcohol. That's not a recommendation. That's just a bonus. But secondly, Maisie, when we went to see Murder She Wrote during the festival. So was it? It's a not sing along a Murder She. It's a sleuth along a Murder She Wrote. It's done by this camp Australian guy, which is hilariously fun. Oh, Drunk Game, it's a great laugh. Hilariously funny. And he explains that of the time. You have to Covent Garden this week, right? Very nice. So of the time, you knew that the murderer was going to be the top celebrity of their time, and what he would then explain that X, Y, and Z are all of these sort of like 50s and 60s film stars who are coming through and are in the twilight of the years, but for an appearance on something like Murder She Wrote was probably the 80% of that week's budget would go on getting that person on, and so therefore but you had to rate all the characters as to whether they were more or less famous than X, Y, and Z, and it's hilariously funny. But yes, if you go with the premise that perceptibly the most expensive person or the most expensive guest you perceive to be on a murder show is always going to be the murderer, because they love it. They love it. They always want to be brought on as the murderer. So there we go. So Camden Town, and then we go into doody do doody do doody do do. Where are you, you cheeky little thing? That's right. Yeah. So so it was always they wanted the most prestigious people they could get, and so they always said, well, if we can get X, Y, and Z, and they were asked first, it's like we want you to be on Murder She Wrote, but you will be the villain. Are you okay with that? And they're going, absolutely, because 9 times out of 10, they were the most lovely, knowledgeable most well-known household names possible. For them to turn around and be the murderer was just so out of character for 90% of them, and they loved it. It's clear as mud, it's in my blood. I come from a long line whose only fear is closing time. No more alcohol. Oh no. No more alcohol. No more alcohol. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's Cassius Clay. She brought her friends. Yes, used to. Hannah Gordon. Hannah Gordon's great. She did an Orlando Bloom. No way. That's amazing. No more alcohol. Yeah. It's clear as mud. It's in my blood. I come from a long line whose only fear is closing time. Alcohol. No more alcohol. No more alcohol. 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 I have to ask you one question. Why would anybody live in Midsummer? Am I leave for the beer? Love that. Just makes me laugh so much. Tax breaks, yes. Also, Officer Rose on Death in Paradise is. Oh yes, yeah. Have you seen her? Have you seen her? Have you seen her? Call this number. Have you seen her? Have you seen her? Have you seen her? Call this number now. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. fast. Actually, there's a question. How many of you, and I'm not saying that you are, how many, question, how many of you have heard the Madness album? I still want you back. Yeah, I don't get. Well, so at the end of in 1986, after Mad Not Mad, Madness split up. Mike had left. Woody had gone off. Mike and Woody had gone off to join Voice of the Beehive. Mike then left Voice of the Beehive. Woody stayed on as their drummer for another couple of years, and the rest of the lads formed a new band, and it was meant to be a brand new project, but they had stuff left over and material, and they just wanted to basically finish off what they had before they went on to new stuff. And so they had one album called The Madness. So they formed a band called The Madness, contractually different, of course. Yes, exactly, Nathan, exactly. I still want you back. Was that this week? Was that this last week? This last week. I'm like 3 ahead. That's a problem. I'm on the 3rd of March. My head is 3rd of March because we've just done it, and this week's, so 2 back to back, and I can't remember anything at all. So it's difficult. I need to look up the notes. Is that where we have this whole debate on what is the 7th Madness album? So the reason I say it is because this album, Suggs's album, there's a lot of stuff on here which is very similar to stuff from The Madness, which you can tell is definitely stuff left over from Mad Not Mad, but is not quite fitting the bill. And they do try to change direction a little bit, but personally, I love it. I absolutely love it, and I think Steve and I are about the only people in the world who actually. Nah, I'm not saying that's not true. I think we're in the minority of people who actually love that album, but we both love it for what it is, and I think that's the thing. The tune. So yeah. So no, so it's The Madness, which is, let me show you. So it's self-titled. It's called The Madness by The Madness. You can do it all day. You can do it all night. Ba 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 ba. All of its kind, and all of its kind. So that's the cover of it. So it's called The Madness. The Madness. And has lots of different tracks on it. It's really good. Yes, I pronounce you. Yes. There we go. Oh, thank you for offering to be a human Julian Angus. You're more than welcome. More than welcome. Yeah, so it's one of those albums that it's a bit weird, but it's got a lot of great tracks on it. It really is just a cracking album. Personally, I just love it. Oh, need that there. Right, okay, cool. Good. Yeah, so, yeah, no, I just love it. Absolutely. Oops. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cheeky man. Can't even count straight. Weirdly, all of its kind, at all of its kind. What I miss, weirdly, is Max Headroom television show, the video show. Miss that. Would love to see that. But I really miss Suggs' singing competition on a Saturday night with Sean Williams. Because, my God, that man can sing. When you get Sean on a great day, dear God, what a set of pipes on the boy. But I used to love that quiz that Suggs used to do for Channel 4 on a Saturday night. God, I loved that. I don't know. It's one of those bands. I am awful at talking to people in celebrity, and I can't even talk to Ian Livingstone properly. I should just be honest and open with him and go, "Look, Ian, mate, big fan. I've been for years. You know, you're mates with John. I'm mates with John. Be lovely to catch up at some point if you've got time." But when you go and meet him, you're like, hello, Mr. Sir Ian Livingstone. I'm a 12-year-old boy who likes reading your books, and I love your stuff very much. And I wish you would write some more. Please do soon. Please do make some more soon. Thank you very much, Mr. Sir Ian Livingstone. Sorry for wasting your time. Goodbye. Which is daft because I met the bugger about 500 times now, and it's so stupid. But then when I had the opportunity to meet Michael Rosen, who's such a huge influence on my life. Night Fever on Channel 5, thank you. When I had the chance to meet Michael Rosen, I was so physically sick with nerves. I couldn't do it, and I had to go outside. This is so stupid. I've met hundreds and hundreds of authors. Like Maisie. Maisie's met hundreds and hundreds of fucking pop stars and people, and has no problem whatsoever talking to them. And I'm sure they're nervous and so on and so forth. But good God, I find it so difficult. What was that? What was that track? Was that the tune? It was the tune. So finally we get to hear this. Brett Anderson got a squeak out of you. But Michael Rosen, of all people, is just so down to earth. And I was so nervous about saying hello to him because I had so much going through my mind, and I just couldn't. I just met Jamila Gavin about 10 minutes before that. No problem at all. Jesus, and then bloody Michael Rosen. So I blew my one chance to meet Michael Rosen. gutted. Such a fool. That's right. At Thick this week it's Thug with Cecilia. Thugs at Six with Cecilia. Cecilia by Thugs at Six. Choose which version you like. To come home. Come on home. Rap time. But you know you're gonna stay. No way. The ring. Know you're gonna stay. Away. She's happy again. A jubilation. Really? Wow. Well, I'm pretty certain everything will be fine. God, look at all this stuff. There's a horse. What? That crippled mummy now we still quit that. Good. Oh, don't do that. That's not right. What's next? Haunted. So I never said. So I said at the top of the show, at the top of the stream, that I'd had an idea. And I still haven't come around to actually what it was about. God, I love this album. Such a great album. So my idea. Got an itch. So. Lots of people keep saying, oh, if only you were doing a Ska show. And I'm going, I don't have time to do a Ska show. But I can go live on here in 10 minutes. As opposed to having to prep a Ska show. Which, to be honest, will take me the best part, literally, a day. A full day. Whoa! What are you doing here? Get out of it. Bony boy. It will literally take me a full day to research, prep, write, and research, prep, get the music, put it in the order put it in the order I want it to go in. Jesus Christ, there's a hole there. Get the music together and record, edit, and post, right? We are talking easily 8 to 10 hours for a 1 hour show, right? But I had an idea of a potential compromise. What if I did it, because I record it in mix anyway, like live. What if I just recorded live, but I also broadcast on Twitch? Because, let's be honest, lots of DJs do sets on Twitch, and all that means is you just delete the VOD at the end of it. You just don't get it, you know. And I'd save a copy through OBS anyway, so there would be a full version of it through OBS with video and everything else. But the audio portion of it could then be hived up to Mixcloud or put out on Noisebox as an alternative date at some point. Just thoughts. Because the problem I have right now, right, is that as far as I'm concerned, nobody actually listens to my show. So that's why I've not bothered going back to it, because according to the few stats that I've seen, based on like the Christmas show I did this year, by January, 2 people had listened to it. And it's like, well, why am I knocking my pan in for the potentiality that maybe some people on Christmas Day listen to the show, and then only 2 people after Christmas bothered to listen to it? Why am I doing that to myself? Because I don't have the time to do it. But potentially, if I did it live, it's still going to cost the same. But it's kind of like 2 birds with one stone, because it gets my gets my streaming hours up as well, I suppose. Yeah, well, it's difficult to know because I don't know what the we don't get, and probably it's just as well because it's not a competition, right? It's not a competition. But I know that other people's shows, if I do a show, like, I don't know, the Sunday, Sunday something. Now, that started off well, and I've no idea what the state of play is, but I'm damn certain there are other people who get way higher ratings for shows like that than I do. And I get very demoralised because it's not, and that's stupid, because I shouldn't second guess myself in these things, because I'm just a presenter at the end of the day, and you either like my style or you don't. And I should just roll with that, because we're all different. And that's the whole point of FFS, for example. FFS or the Sunday something, is it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter who's doing it. If you like the person, you'll listen to the stuff. If you're not, it's just music at the end of the day. I don't know. I get kind of a little bit bent out of shape every now and again over it. It's well, it's going back to what we were talking about before. Yes, exactly. Radio listening public. It's going back to what we were talking about before, which was about, self-worth, I suppose, is it's how do you feel about yourself as a person, and do you dwell on these things? You shouldn't dwell. You shouldn't dwell on these things, and should not. And I'm saying you should not dwell on these things. You should not think on the what ifs. But you can't not. As I said, every now and again, you can't not think about these things. And every now and again, it goes around my brain. I just go, "Oh God, this is so stupid." Yes, so you're quite right, Zach. My show was the very first one because I kind of got put into the. I got annoyed that the weekend wind down filled up so quickly, and that people were wanting to do weekend wind down but were not doing FFS live. So I was like, well, why am I knocking my pan in every 3 or 4 weeks to do FFS live when I can't even get a slot on a show where I can play anything I like because it's so booked up so far in advance? And so Ben kind of went, right, enough of this. This is bullshit. We're going to jiggle things around again. We're going to cut the show down on the Sunday because the person who did the show originally has never come back. But the concept of the show was fine. So it just allows people to do whatever they want. And it also means that if somebody outside of Noisebox wants to try something, join us. It's the prime opportunity. There's an hour slot that's available every week, and it's totally avant-garde, it's totally off the wall, it can be anything it wants to be. I just happened to do something really stupid for my first show, because it wasn't meant to be that. It was meant to start off as it started off just as an extension of the weekend wind down show, because I had leftover tracks, and I always wanted to play the whole Boney M Night Flight to Venus into Rasputin, because it's such an amazing thing. And we have this embargo on a Friday night of not playing tracks over 6 minutes. Oh, sorry, Saturday night, not playing tracks over 6 minutes. And I thought, fuck that. If there's one time in my life I can get to play something that is over 6 minutes long, this is the prime time to do it. And it just morphed from there into what ended up being, as I say, this weird offshoot of Look Around You. And it wasn't meant to. It just did. Um, and I loved it. But I wasn't meant to be setting a bar, and I know that other people do stuff, and I'll be honest, I don't generally have time. When I can, I will put one on and listen to it, but I don't have time. Listen to Maisie's one because, again, I'd kind of given her an idea, and she ran with it, and it was great, and I got a wee shout out from it, and I loved you, and I thank you for that. It was huge, huge. Wasn't expecting that at all. Um, but it was really nice to hear, because that's exactly what I wanted to hear, because I knew she would run with the idea, because it was such a big thing in the old show with Jono. Um, but it gets extremely frustrating when people don't. Not so bad now, but genuinely, at the end of last year, tr- we've been in situations before, right at the beginning of the show, of the station, when it was just three of us doing it. It was Colm, me, and Steve, and that was fine. But I was working shifts, or I was on call, so every now and again I'd have to go, I need to change it, I can't do it. And I did enjoy it. But then there's 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 stuff you want to do and there's stuff you can't do. And that's fine. But it does feel sometimes that um for me, I mean, everybody says, "Oh, do Scar Show, do Scar Show," and I just came up with this idea because it's about me rediscovering ska, right? Because much like this, I'm going through music now, right? We're playing stuff here that I've not played for 30 years, 40 years, um, and going, I'd forgotten. I'd either didn't know how good it was, or B, I'd forgotten how good it was, and it's great to go back into this, and that for me is what ska. There's so much ska out there that I didn't know existed, especially in the foreign countries, like the non-English speaking countries. There is so much out there that is absolutely fantastic to listen to, and it's really nice finding that stuff and bringing it out to people. Now, I don't think you need to listen to. I don't think you need to understand ska to listen to it. I think what you have to understand is where it comes. And if you get the specials and you get madness and you get the beat and you get selector, then you can go backwards and listen to all the original stuff. If you like Death in Paradise, that is literally the birth. You know, all the music that's played on that is, a lot of it is reggae, but it's upbeat reggae, which is still more akin to blue beat and ska than it is to standard reggae. So it's really nice to hear that stuff coming through. Um, but then going on into the 90s and the early noughties, and bands like No Doubt, who were a ska band to start with, coming through, and people go, oh, people always play Madness, right? It doesn't matter. You mention ska, they will play Madness. They will play the stuff that I've been listening to this week. They will play a track from Mad Not Mad. They will play a track from Keep Moving. None of which is ska. None of which has even a single ska influence anymore, because that's the way their music has evolved. But interestingly enough, they've kind of gone round the circuit and back again to bringing in more ska influences through the ages, up to where they are now. It's just weird. Um, Exactly, exactly. It is just one of those things. Um, look, ZX, I'm exactly the same. I don't get enough time to listen to the tracks that I want to listen to. Um, uh, just because of life. So when you start doing stuff like this, there's 6 hours of my week. I'm not commuting at the moment, apart from the odd occasion. So I used to listen to upwards of 10 or 12 hours of music a week just commuting. I don't even do that anymore, you know? I don't get that opportunity. Um, this now, by doing this and doing the way that we're doing the music just now and it not going to VOD, I think, he says, suddenly thinking, shit, is it going to go to VOD? I've not even checked. Oh, good lord, hold on a second. Nope, not that one. Good lord, I just had a sudden panic. um, this is music. Is on channel 2 and is not, so channel 2 is the VOD, and so the music does not appear in channel 2. Phew, we're fine, it's all well, we're good. Everything's all right. Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I've been rambling away again. I didn't even see the time. So my point is that I'd love to do more, but I get demoralised by it, and so, um, but the concept of it would, if I was to do a live ska show for an hour, probably no more than that. Would you be interested? And that, I guess that's the question. Would you tune in to see me waffling on about some silly music, which I don't know that much about. I just know what I like, and I play stuff that I like to hear, and I think other people like to hear, and I try to make it sit neatly together. Although, if it's going to be live, it may very well be a lot choppier. But I'm kind of interested in kind of like learning DJ techniques live, because I ain't got time to practice. But if we could do it live, uh, well, it wouldn't necessarily be a video music. Well, I suppose I could show videos, but I mean, it is literally going to be it's a once and done, because you can't, for copyright reasons, you would never be able to leave it on up. It would have to go down straight away. But I would keep a copy of it. But it's about the audio, because then that audio I could then tout to noise boxes. Oh, with me on the screen, yes. Okay, fine, yes. So that sounds cool. Okay, right. I will have a think. All right, where are we? Where are we in this hole? Where are we? We are 32. Where did we start off today? 50 something. Oh, right. Music's finished. God damn it. Fortune fish, fortune fish. Right, I'll try and get. I'll do a couple more, and then we'll call it a day. So that's, if I do, actually, where we are now is 30, 60, 70, 90 layers to go. So we're about just under halfway. We were definitely on 50 something, 52 maybe. So genuinely, if we've done 20 layers, that's not bad. That's pretty cool. Right, holes. Lazy river. A dog named Blue. Somewhere down the lazy river. Oh, it's a crazy river. Me and you and a dog named Blue. Well, here we go. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, da, da. Ooh. There's yummy stuff down there. Somewhere down the crazy river, me and you and a dog named Blue. It's somewhere down the crazy river, me and you and a dog named Blue. Cool. Ba, 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 ba. Right, let's call it there, I think. As I said, I think it was around about here-ish, 50-something. We've done 20 layers tonight. A lot of talking, a lot of interrupting. It's pretty good. And as you can see, we're just creeping into this area of hole, which is about 5 or 6 layers below us. So next time round, which is going to be a couple of weeks, actually. Because, as I said, if you remember at the top of the show, we said things are changing. Oh, hello, Wolfie. We're moving today. So we'll move the Minecraft streams to Thursday, and we'll bring the gaming streams to a Monday, so that the gaming streams don't get interrupted. So let's do that. Yeah, so the gaming streams can. Oh, what's going on there? Right. What's going on? There, that's what I want. So, the point being that, yeah, so on Mondays we'll now start doing the adventure game books because it's more consistent. There's a lot of stuff coming up with Nips. We're going to have Nips 3 or 4 times a year through Noisebox, so that's always going to be a Thursday because that fits in nicely with Rio's stream before us, coming on at 9 p.m. And people seem to enjoy it on the Thursday night anyway. Also, if we are doing some other stuff on the Thursday, then we can introduce that. But we can always potentially jump back into a Minecraft stream after that. So it doesn't matter if a Minecraft stream is missed for a week. I feel it's better that than the breakup that we seem to be having with the game books at the moment, which is taking a lot of time. And I feel like Thursday won't be right. That's fine. That's fine. It's just 1 week. Mate. I'm not going to be here this Thursday anyway, so I've got to drive down to Guildford, take Jason down there. So, hence, again, the point being, it seems to always be a Thursday that is affected by stuff in my life. So it makes more sense to move the game book to a Monday, which is more consistent, and then put the Minecraft stuff on the Thursday. And if we get a chance to play it, we can. And if I'm away and I can jump on for an hour, I can. But the game book stuff to go away on holiday or whatever and try and do that away. We've tried it in the past. It's been miserable. We've had terrible disasters with it, like Aberystwyth, 18 months ago. It all went Pete Tong, which is such a shame because it was looking like it was going to be good fun, but never mind. So it's easier just to turn and go, hey, I know I can stream a I now can stream a Minecraft stream from my laptop, wherever I am, right? And if I'm away on a Thursday, I can do that. Great. But a gaming stream, a game book stream, is really difficult to do, and I have to take so much stuff with me. Whereas I can just run off my laptop. I don't even need to have a additional webcam or anything. I just run through the audio in the laptop and stuff. That's fine. So yeah, so there's where we go. Oh, look, ABBA was it was an audio thing, and that's just the way it worked. It just didn't happen, and it was such a shame. I think we've resolved all the audio issues now. He says, I know there's no music playing, but we can come back to that another day. Where would we get to? Fortune Fish. So yeah, so we've got plenty more on this. I got 17 different versions of Cecilia, which you'll love. And my favourite. Oh no, which is which? So we had alcohol, but we should really have no more alcohol. Hold on a second. I'm going to put one of them on. Which one has got? Where's that? We should have this on in the background because it is my favourite track. Segway mix. Doodle doo doodle doo doodle doo doo. I think it's this one. Maybe not. It's probably this one. Or is it this one? This will do. So, Kit, with that in mind, I would like to do. I'd like to do another interactive something with people on Discord after we do Grim and Dickensian. But I now have 2 Jonathan books. A third one's coming out this month, so I've got 3 Jonathan books to do. We're going to have Ken's To Kill a Thief coming through soon. We're going to have I've got all of Jam's Numia books to do. I've got like 10 books in hand. So to add something else in is going to be interesting. Although Ollie's just done a whole bunch of new stuff, which I'd quite like to look at to see whether it's worth looking at those as a in-stream stuff. Because I would really like to get you guys in through Discord again for a game session, and I think what we might have to do is maybe pepper the regular stuff with one-offs. So maybe 1 week in 8 we do or 2 weeks in 8 we do stop the book, jump in, do some silly stuff, and then bring that back again. That's not the right track either. It can't be that one, surely. Doesn't matter. Oh, maybe it's that. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's this one. Forget me. I don't know what I'm doing. So yes. Oh, another one. Jesus Christ. That's 2 denies in 2 seconds. You won't have seen that, but that's that. And that's my worry. That is exactly my worry. So the problem is, right? I know. I should let you get to bed. It's Monday evening after all, and we can talk about this another day. But the problem is, and why I'm moving stuff to Monday is because I want that consistency. But the problem is that with Joseph's with Grim Dickensian, we're going to be here for fucking weeks. I mean, we're literally going to be half a year on this. Easy. We could be 26 episodes and still not scratch the surface. I'm kind of tempted to go 12, 13, 14 episodes and go, right, that's where we're ending it. If you want to find out what happens, go and buy the book. You've got 50% plus of this book to read. But I also think Joseph wants us to do it all the way through, which is fine. I'm kind of... If people are interested in doing it and want to see it to fruition, I will do it. You're always like, saying, no, but I told you it doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter. You don't have... There's enough people around who are up on it. You can just understand the circumstances. I know it's harder than the standard FF stuff, which is just like left, right, up, down, kill, which we all love. This is a lot more cerebral for sure, but it doesn't matter. It's the point that you're coming along and you're joining in and you're going, I think we should go left. I think we should go and do this. I would like to go here. And it just adds that extra flavour for other people around you. Go, well, why are they choosing that? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should go this way. Maybe we should be thinking about this. I don't know. It's just, it's just stuff. Exactly. And I think we're all on the spectrum enough that that's what we want. We want to see things to completion, whether it's death. But I will say, Joseph. I dropped Joseph a message last week. Last week to say we weren't doing it this week, but we are going back to it next week, and we are moving it to a Monday. And you just follow exactly. And he said, "Okay, that's cool. That's not a problem. I'm just happy that you're still playing it." La la la. And he gave us some advice as to how to potentially get some money. So we can go. There's a butcher's in, I think he said, the North Quadrant, where we can go and gamble. And we can go and, like Robert Downey Jr., we can go and beat the shit out of some people and try and earn some money. Because he says, yeah, we're definitely low on cash, and he'd forgotten that. And he's actually building our playthrough. Don't follow me, I don't know what I'm doing. So our playthrough has actually been quite beneficial to him, in that it's helped him write the next one that he's doing, which is it's an extension on Grim Dickensian, and it's allowed him to revisit Grim Dickensian through the player's eyes to see how we play and the obstacles that we come up against. So it may be that our gameplay and our reactions to all of this are helping him write the next one to maybe be slightly more user friendly. I don't know, but he said definitely he is writing the next chapter or the next section, the next game book. It's Grim Dickensian Tales, which is the next extension of it, to bring back some familiar characters, to bring in some new characters, and allow you to play as other people as well. So I'm hoping that what we're doing is helping him as well. So so that the next book he writes is even more fluid. That's how I feel anyway, and I think that's why he's encouraging us to play it, because I think he himself is enjoying watching us play, which is great. It is absolutely huge to have somebody like that to do that. John's got another Kickstarter out, so if you want to have a hardback version of Dracula, so the original hardback, my understanding, was in these colours. This is the paperback. So the original hardback was black with red writing. The new hardback is going to be red with black writing. But of course, I have the special edition, which is yellow with red writing. because I'm stupid and I didn't cut my deal and he stupidly took it. But those are for the numbered editions, the special 100 editions that he had written. But it's his 5th anniversary since Dracula, so yeah, if you fancy that, go and have a look on Kickstarter because it's there now. I really should have links. I'll do it on. Well, I was going to say I'll do it on Thursday, but I won't do it Thursday. We'll do all these things next week when we're back on Monday. So yeah, if we get a chance on Thursday, I doubt it because we're going to be driving. But if I get a chance on Thursday, depending on how wireless is where I am, I will jump on and we'll maybe do a little bit of Minecraft again. All right. Yeah. So there we go. Right, I'm going to go. It's 1:15. I'm sorry to have kept you all up so late. I didn't mean to. It was meant to just be a nice little couple of hours stream and done. And here you all still are, you silly, silly fools. Well, at least the 3 or 4 of you that are left. So, guys, genuinely, thank you for a lovely evening. It's been absolutely wonderful. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Been nice playing some bit of music and having a chit natter about that. And I hope you guys are okay. And we'll see you later on. Thursday, maybe. Realistically, maybe Sunday. I might. Again, depends on when I get back. I think we're going to be back, and it's going to be a case of crashing. So realistically, it's probably going to be next Monday, with the Grim Dickensian. So yeah, until then, guys, take care. Look after yourselves. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye for now. I'm still here. I'm just. Where's my buttons? Oh, they're there. Right, okay. So if I do this pause, hopefully it might use this as one of the snapshots for the video. So